Welcome back, everybody. It's me, your girl, the Till Empress. And before we begin, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe because that's how we grow. And y'all, if you're new to my channel, I welcome you here. It is a very magical time. It is the 11/11 portal. This is a massive awakening time, collective. This is going to be a collective energy reading. But also, to let you know what I'm going to do, at the end of this reading that we're going to do, this energy collective reading we're going to do, there's going to be a master class, so to speak. And how that's going to work is I believe that we all have, we don't all know it all, but we all have part of the answer. And I believe putting us together helps, build that key. And so how Spirit wants me to propose this master class, it's going to be, it is intended to activate you. It's intended to open up your third eye. It is intended to have you ask questions within yourself. It's not to at all to get you to think one way or another. It's to really get you to ask your own self these questions and go search out the answers, which there's going to be lots of codes all through it. And again, it's going to be kind of how Spirit wants me to propose it is, and also with how I'm dressed and coming in this energy for y'all tonight is all, prepared. And it is to be a magical time, and it is to be it's almost kind of like a wonderland he wants me to take you to this master class at the very end. So to make you wonder, to make you think, to take you to wonderland. But ultimately to bring truth. Okay, because that's what this is all about at the end of the day, is truth and for the highest good, and that's finding our life purpose and living that and fulfilling that and being true to ourselves. So Holy Spirit, spirit guides, angels and ancestors, I ask you for clear, direct, precise messages for the collective for this massive Ascension portal that's going on. And may we be open to receive. So what I'm going to do here, I'm starting with the Kipper deck. It's what I've been led to start with through all these energy readings during this moon cycle. And so I'm going to do that, and we're going to get our energy of the feel for where you're at this time, collective, and what this is going to be the what's your main energy of this reading. And the reading that I am doing for y'all, naturally with it being the 11/11 portal, it's going to be the 11 card spread. So let's just get into it. Right there. So the overall energy about this is going to be about a family room, collective. This is 21 comes to 3. It's about this picture being, you see, this one's golden lit up. And there's this, this family room is empty. But you see, this is like this is a mom, a home worker, someone takes care of the home. And then look, that's her again, but she's elevated. She's gained an inheritance. She is, but she's done this all on her own. Okay, this is a family room with her pictures. So I just love. Okay, so this whole cycle, this whole season, many seasons, bringing the 4 together, has been about the divine feminine rising and the inheritance. And just look how Spirit starts off. And this is about the divine feminine in her family room getting an inheritance. And wow, it's just it's amazing. So that's where we're starting at, y'all. So collective. So this ascension is ultimately about the divine feminine, the way she has risen over this cycle, how she has done this on her own and within, and it is being lit up in this family room. And now, it's like you're just, the storehouse is open up for you. But this family room is empty. It's like, so, let's see what Spirit's got for you. I'm going to go ahead. There's 11 cards. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I saw orange, but okay. That was the first one. I'm going to show y'all what that was. One. Okay. Spirit said, don't just look at it, wants me to read. Okay. So let's get into it. So this first position is going to be what lessons you are just coming from, collective. And so you're just coming from this lesson of the Two of Pentacles. This is, this is all about a partnership, relationship, a balancing out. But you see how this one's got a cover over them and they're holding the money. I'm going to let it focus. In her hand is some pentacles. So what you just come from is being in a relationship where you thought you were seeing eye to eye. And you thought that this was your other half. And, look at there's this butterfly effect. So the lesson you're coming from is this butterfly effect about covering, someone covering and trying to hold back. Whoa. Okay, what you're coming from is this butterfly effect, but the whole time what's been covered from you is that this other half has been going through the same thing. But what they felt about you had been covered. Okay. We'll get more into this. So this next card is going to be what energy is coming into your life, collective. Queen of Swords. What energy is coming? This, okay. This is confidence. This is the sword of truth. And you're carrying it around like, I just see the attitude, collective, and you're looking like, okay, now that I got this truth, and you're looking over at something. So, what are you looking at, collective? This is what energy is coming into your life. You're looking at where to go with this truth you have that's on your back, because you, it's on your back, so you've got to. You looking at where you can give it and tell it to you, because you want what's coming to your life is this confident energy of you got this truth and you're just looking at where to give it to. And what's so significant is the ears here. This is really being able to like your clairaudience, your hearing, everything is, there's so much growth. Yes. Okay. So what lessons you learned from this energy? Nine of Swords. So what you learn from this is, all the anxiety, all the different truths that you've been told and it being boggled up in your head, you holding the truth in your hand. And what's so significant is you dividing it. The truth with the word, because the word of Jesus is written in red. That's why it's dividing the word of truth. You've had really been in your head with this, okay? And you've looked at it from whatever your truth is, what you've been told, and I think you've been feeling like anxious about it, and because it's when you really divide the word of truth, collective, and you read yourself, and you go within and you search it out, it is almost like a rabbit hole, and it is full of anxiety. But here, what you come from is, look, I mean, this is golden. I mean, this was in the archway, been getting this. This is massive downloads from the sun energy. Look, coming back. Yes, you are getting truths, downloads, many. Look at his mouth, even his teeth's golden. So this is what you're coming from, of you just being, in that hermit mode, taking in these, it's true, you're just getting so much information, collective. Okay, so what you are doing right at this time, 10 of Swords. So what you're doing at this time is, okay, right there, that is like a whole... Alright, you see how these are... Well, if you look at it first, you would think it's castles, but when you get up close, it's like shards of ice. I'm going to let that focus. So, what you're doing at this time, yeah, you're putting growth. 10 of Swords is... I mean, again, this butterfly effect. Look at this golden skulls. Golden information, just confidence. I mean, this is like, I mean, a complete. I mean, and how do you get this kind of growth somewhere where there's ice castles? So, what you're doing at this time is your confidence, your 10 of Swords, your truth is unmistakable. It's thought all this out and it's bringing growth everywhere. And 10 is, I mean, it's everything, like all different religions. So this is ice everywhere from all over. They're trying to, they're just being growth from that when people really look at it, because this is the golden age. Okay, all y'all won't resonate, but if you're watching my channel, collective, this is for you. So now, what are you overlooking at this time? 2 of Swords. What you're overlooking at this time is 2 of Swords is, okay, making a decision of where you're going to go with this. Something's got to be cut out. So you can go speak this word of truth because of this butterfly effect. So you're not being covered, so you can, this is like self-employment, making your own value and being covered what you value, and you taking that truth and you looking where you can, because you've had this growth, where you're going, you're anxious about where you're going to, what decision to make, how you're going to, maybe, there's still a fear of money here, collective, it still needs some healing, okay? And it's not to work harder, okay? So it's got to understand, it is your God-given right, your birthright. Yeah. So the next step you should take, collective, the next step you should take, there's movement here. There is movement here, and it needs to happen soon. Okay, there needs to be movement. This is the world. This is sitting on top of, you're sitting on top of the world, moving fast, and look at this, like, look at this warrior sitting on top of the world, but she's so be like, where do you want to go, collective? It's kind of like what I feel Spirit's asking you. The next important event that will happen. Six of Cups. All those, okay, so the Five of Cups is all about, that depression because those cups have spilled over. But look, the Six of Cups, she's picked all those cups up. And something that was doom and gloom, and there's got to be movement. This is, there is movement, okay? I wish you could, I had chills everywhere. Can y'all see that? All right, how to best approach this event, collective? Page of Swords. So, to really write down what you want. What's your ace? What's in your cup? What's in your cup? Spirit wants you to write this down. What do you want, collective? I feel like he's been asking you. I think it's because you're not. It's brand new. It's like being a fish out of water. It's this mermaid energy. It's this butterfly effect. You don't know, collective. It's still, that's where the issue lies of, you're so used to giving and even though you've stopped giving, you put those boundaries, Spirit really wants you to be able to be open to receive. Okay? And move toward this fast. And there needs to be movement. Okay. How best to approach this event? We just got that. The likely outcome from this life lesson. And period. Wow. Oh, just what? Seven of Swords. So, the likely outcome of this life lesson, this period, is you, this masculine, getting out of this casket. There being hope and renewal for this divine masculine energy. And he went, he coming out of this casket. Look at this purple on his coat there. And it's like everything's brand new. This is a new suit. So he came out brand new and looking. And there's hope and recovery. You know what? Those nails. You took those nails out of the coffin. You start shutting the masculine in. And, there is a rebirthing from the divine feminine, but y'all, for the divine masculine, there is I feel like a literal Lazarus moment happening. Like he is literally risen from the grave. Okay? This is going to be 10 and 11. These are going to be advice cards. The first one is the Five of Swords. The second one is the Eight of Pentacles. So your advice is, okay, the Five of Swords is all about conflict. And this is both of y'all, like here, in conflict coming y'all's way. And the Ace of Pentacles is, about this feminine energy. She's got, she's got something in this pouch. So when you think of something in the pouch, I think either crystals or I think money's being hidden and it's being held back. So the advice and outcome is to after this long time, both masculine and feminine energy, after you realize that y'all both have had these swords thrown at y'all this whole time, and you both are renewed, that will be the ultimate feminine receiving. And the crown of white roses on her head. And look at the sign her hand's making, which is infinity, because wow, I would never say I'm really son. Okay. The Hanged Man. Your overall advice and encouragement Spirit wants to leave you with. It's time for you to hold yourself accountable. Hold your own self up to a whole new, higher perspective. And, you know, there's already been enough bloodshed. And I feel like those storm clouds are going to be moving away now that this masculine has a higher perspective and is going to be standing and holding his own now. Holding his own head up high. And now there's new sunshine coming in. Whoa, that's the clock from the family room. And the Pisces energy. Wow. One thing about Spirit is, who can doubt the wonders and the ways of Spirit? It's just beyond amazing. And everything always, that's the plan, and how it will go down will work for the ultimate good for those who love the Lord and Spirit, Source, whatever that is for you. So I'm feeling pretty wow collective. This is a total transformation, like a total transformation. This portal, here, like in the twinkling of an eye. So, I hope you like this message. Please share it. It helps it get out. I hope that you'll come back. But let's go to the mystery school now. So, again, this is going to be a time of wonder, time to think for yourself. Don't try to battle what Spirit's going to bring up. Just see how it resonates. And ask yourself these questions. And I'm not here to point anything out right or wrong at all, because this is all a journey of truth. So, and all this week preparing for this, I already knew there was going to be a masterclass coming, and the Spirit wanted to get out, but I didn't. I knew it was special, so I just start there. But the way the questions come to my head and what the Spirit's put in my, I'm like, it's pretty profound. So here we go. So, and I just got to let you know that my foundation, my cornerstone is Christ, and it is the Word of God. And I read so many inspired words of God. I have read my own inspired words of God. But my main foundation is the King James Version. So, that being said there, I always break everything back down to that for me. So, Spirit brought me, I know, we know about the Magi, y'all, and we know that Spirit called them wise, right? And we know that, they were astrologers, right? These are all disclaimers, but we know that God is a God of order. We know that God is a God of love. We know that God said that, He would never end humanity by a flood again. We do know that so we don't know. We were taught that Noah, in the ark, that God said 2 by 2. And that's why if you read notice. I don't know, I read when God said take 7 of this one, so many of this one, none of it 2 and 2. And didn't Noah tell God, yeah, he did do that, but he really didn't. Should I really read that? I might want to read it. And, even though in the Bible how God ended the first humanity with a flood, it didn't change that God's a God of order, right? No. So we know that also back in the old days, like there'd be, if the mom's name was Sarah, there'd be even the daughter's names. If you had 2 or 3, it'd be Sarah. Same thing with Mary. Same thing, It's kind of how it was if you were a commoner, So you would, and we know that there is a line. There is tribes, but there is a bloodline of Christ. And we do know that it is a bloodline of high priest and priestess. Because God's got to order. That's how it's. So, what Spirit's been having me ponder on is, so, and about these twin flames. So, with the twin flames, we know too that when God made man and woman, everything made in 2 so it could recreate itself, right? That's how it was. So, that being said, too, let's talk about mothers. We're talking about the divine feminine. So, let's talk about Elizabeth, John's mother, John the Revelator, who's, spirit like closed Zachariah's mouth because, John was so special, he had to have a certain name, And never hear nothing else about Elizabeth once John's born other than when she yells at, no, his name is John. But it's also strange that Mary, Mother Mary, Jesus' mom, who would get pregnant by the Spirit. Now, wasn't that in the Old Testament? What if you got the ones that got pregnant by the Spirit? Weren't they the giants? And, weren't they the giants? I wonder why they call it Bible King James Version. I wonder if there was twins, John and James. It was the second child that got the blessing because once, that whoever that was in the Old Testament gave the, his birthright up for food. So, the blessing went to the second, to the youngest now at this point because, God's got order. He didn't change things up. He killed off so he could start a new. So, So, just wondering. And I just wonder how, like, when Mary got pregnant, how she went to see Elizabeth, right? But when you're pregnant as a woman, especially the earlier months, it's very vital time. So you want to be, you don't want to be doing traveling. So, I don't know what kind of mom really Mary was. But also, didn't she stay with Elizabeth but leave 5 days before Elizabeth actually had birth? And then Elizabeth just had the celebration with her neighbors. And I think that's what's that. So why would Mary, who would travel in the early months of her pregnancy, leave 5 days before, and you never hear them hang out again? I also wonder why. The first miracle in the New Testament is when Mary is asking, she's obviously a party, or she's the one who's hosting this big party. And she asks the son of man to make more wine. He didn't want to. She pressured him, he eventually did. And then why, when he was 12, traveling for more festivals, she lost her son. But, she was at the front, leading the way. She had a lot of power. So having her, but she didn't have before. And Joseph was in the back. They didn't know where Jesus was, the Son of God, that she would leave it and then have him make wine and do. So, I don't know, just going. Then I'm just wondering why, on the cross, back in the crucifixion days, when they died, they would break their knees so that they would hang there. It wasn't accustomed to poke them in the side or anything. But, still to that day, Jesus died for our sins. When Mary told him that he was dead, if you read it, they didn't believe him, so they soaked the thing in wine and gave it up to his mouth, and he's still in his dying, but he wouldn't drink. And I read right, wasn't it Mary that actually had the thing and poked it? I don't know where. So wasn't Mary that actually, did that and he still wouldn't drink? Didn't she turn her head? And God turned her head? Did Jesus ever actually admit to the very end or did he ever admit that he was the Son of God? We admit that we're the children of God. What? John went in the wilderness. He's the revelator. He's got the signs. He's there. And the one coming behind him, James. Wasn't Jesus' first cousin? Wasn't that his favorite? Something. I don't know. There's things I just wonder. Put together. Guys, maybe it's gonna activate you, get you thinking. Yeah. It's all about the truth. I'm sending you so much love and light. Enjoy this divine portal opening, y'all. It is magical. All right. Please like this message, help it get out, and please share it so that we can all get together. This ain't poking. This is questions. Let's find the answers together. Truth.